First tonight, the Reform UK-led Nottinghamshire County Council wants to make flag flying more formal. They're investing £75,000 of taxpayers' money to display banners across the county. They say it'll enhance civic pride, but not everyone agrees. Anna Whitaker reports.
Flags like these became a familiar sight this summer, appearing in spots across the country. The question of who put them there, or why, is controversial. Now, the Reform UK-led Nottinghamshire County Council plans to do it officially. Lampposts like these in Attenborough are going to get new banners with a Union Jack design. The total cost, £75,000.
Well, we heard when Reform came to power that they were going to be all about efficiency, making council services more efficient, cutting wasteful spending. And then we hear about this huge spending, putting flags upon lampposts.
To spend £75,000 of taxpayers' money on putting flags up when they're already being done for free seems a bit ridiculous to me.
The decision has had mixed reviews by those who will be footing the bill.
We're coming up to the Poppy Day celebration, so, you know, it could be linked with that.
Spending that much money on it, no, I'm not happy about that at all, no.
It's not unheard of for local authorities to fly the flag. The council house in Nottingham has at times proudly displayed this enormous St George's cross, and they are featured across high streets in the region. The leader of Nottinghamshire County Council said the Union flag would be the first to be displayed, but there will be other uses too.
We see it as a celebration moving forward because they're going to be multi-use. Yeah, we're putting Union flags in them now, but when it comes to Remembrance Day, Nottinghamshire Day, we've got a big thing next year that we're going to be pushing, fostering. We can put banners in, obviously promoting that. So it's a multi-use framework.
The council says new banners will strengthen community spirit, and there are no plans to remove the flags people have already put up. Anna Whitaker, BBC East Midlands Today.
A Leicestershire drug dealer who helped the Russian state target its opponents in London has been jailed for 17 years. Dylan Earle from Ellsthorpe is the first person to be sentenced under the new National Security Act. He organised an arson attack that destroyed 2 warehouses full of supplies for Ukraine and was caught outside a B&Q store in Hinckley. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball attended the sentencing in London earlier.
The judge, Mrs Justice Chima Grubb, rejected suggestions that Dylan Earle was some kind of victim of grooming and said it was rightly described as a campaign of terrorism and sabotage. And she also explained the significance of that new National Security Act. The courts heard that meant that Earle has been convicted for plots that hadn't yet been carried out, like trying to get secret intelligence from a British soldier and planning the kidnap of a wealthy dissident to send him back to Russia. And she said this was all about Russia using social media to enlist saboteurs.
Anonymous recruiter proxies operating through internet chat rooms, usually on encrypted platforms, found within the United Kingdom young men who are prepared to undergo a form of radicalisation and betray their country.
Well, today, counter-terrorism police have said it's the new norm for foreign states to try to recruit British proxies like this. And they say that's partly because since the Salisbury poisonings, it's been more difficult to send their own agents here.
A residents' group has voiced its full support for a bus gate in Derby that has seen more than 900 motorists fined, despite no bus services accessing it. Others living nearby who've been penalised are calling for it to be scrapped, but those in favour are clear on the benefits it brings.
It allowed traffic to get round and jump the queues that were on the main Duffield Road A6. The traffic would also flood through the side streets off Mile Ash Lane as effectively the rat runners tried to rat run the rat runners.
Now, the late, great Brian Clough once said that if God had wanted us to play football in the sky, he'd have put grass up there. Well, for one East Midlands funeral director, they're seeing a demand for people who take the phrase "forest till I die" very seriously and are offering Reds themed send-offs. We've been to meet him.
It's just gone crazy on social media. A lot of comments saying, I wished it was here when my dad was alive, I want to book it. The first day we took it to Nottingham Forest to buy some ties, and the minute we pulled up, there was cameras flashing everywhere. People coming out, can I have a look at it? Can I take a photo? Of course you can. Yeah, it was brilliant.
That's the way to go out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unique.
Yeah, it is. I spotted as soon as I was walking up, I thought, crikey, it made me smile.
I went to fetch a gentleman once, and in his bedroom there was just Nottingham Forest everywhere. Just chatting to his wife, and she says, "What can you do for a Nottingham Forest funeral?" So I said, "We can do the scarves, the coffin, the flowers, shirts." And she said, "Oh, it's a pity you ain't got a Nottingham Forest hearse. He'd have loved it." And then from there, I've been thinking about it and thinking about it. And then my wife finally says, "Wayne, you either do it or just shut up about it." The reaction of the family is better than anything. You know you've done your job right. You know that you've given them the best send-off. They're going to talk about it for a long while. It does. It means a lot.
Let's see how the weather is shaping up then. Here's Anna.
Good evening to you. Quite a bit going on weather-wise across the weekend, but it's settled out there at the moment. However, where we have the clear skies, we're going to see the cloud increasing, bringing with it some outbreaks of rain. Could be quite heavy for a time overnight. It remains blustery also, not quite as chilly as last night, down to around 6 degrees Celsius as a minimum. Now that rain will be clearing away first thing tomorrow morning, and then we're left with a settled day really for Saturday. Plenty of blue skies and sunshine, the smallest chance of an isolated shower. But in that wind coming in from a northwesterly direction, it is feeling rather chilly tomorrow. Highs of 9 degrees Celsius. A chance of a little bit of frost to start Sunday morning. A settled start to the day, but rain expected to arrive as we go through the rest of the day. Into next week though, temperatures start to edge back up a little bit.
That's all from us here on the Late Team. Have a lovely weekend. Good night.